always see travel influencers looking flawless in these flowing maxi dresses and wide-leg pants at the airport. I tried it once, and I was stepping on my own hem the entire time. Why does everyone push this look?
Because they are prioritizing likes over safety and basic hygiene. Flight attendants secretly despise those outfits. Let us look at the Federal Aviation Administration guidelines for emergency evacuations. In a real emergency, passengers have 90 seconds to exit the aircraft. Flowing fabrics snag on armrests, aisle corners, and the emergency slide itself. If you are wearing a long maxi dress, you are an active tripping hazard to yourself and the 50 people behind you.
I never thought about the evacuation part. I just hated dragging it across the gross airport floor.
And that brings us to the hygiene aspect. Airplane lavatories are cleaned rapidly between flights, but during a turbulent flight, liquids end up on the floor. If your wide-leg pants are dragging, they are soaking up lavatory waste before you even reach your vacation.
Ew. Okay, definitely crossing maxi dresses off my list forever. But what about layering up? I always bring a big knit shawl or a puffer vest because the cabin gets so cold.
The thick layering strategy is exactly why you are getting pulled aside for random pat-downs at the screening checkpoint. The Transportation Security Administration rolled out their advanced imaging technology scanners around 2010. These scanners bounce millimeter waves off your skin to detect non-metallic threats hidden under clothes.
Right, but a sweater is just fabric. Why would that trigger an alarm?
Because thick, dense fabrics like heavy wool ponchos, vests with deep pockets, or rigid jackets block the millimeter waves. The machine reads the dense fabric block as an unknown anomaly. The screen lights up with a yellow box exactly where your chunky cardigan is folded over, and the agent has no choice but to do a manual pat-down. You are literally turning yourself into a false positive.
So trying to stay warm is basically begging for a pat-down. That is incredibly frustrating. How do I stay warm then?
You wear thin, tightly woven base layers. Think merino wool or fitted thermal fabrics that drape closely to the body. Save the bulky layers for your carry-on or put them on after you clear the checkpoint. But speaking of tight clothing, there is one popular airport outfit that is actually a massive medical risk at 35,000 feet.
Wait, a medical risk? Are you talking about super tight jeans? Because I wear leggings, but my husband refuses to take off his rigid, skinny denim when we fly.
Yes, rigid, high spandex tight jeans are dangerous on long-haul flights. Cabin pressure is set to simulate an altitude of about 8,000 feet. This lower pressure, combined with forced immobility in a cramped economy seat, causes your blood to pool in your lower extremities. Rigid denim severely constricts blood vessels in your waist and thighs, exponentially increasing your risk for deep vein thrombosis or blood clots.
That is terrifying. But wait, aren't those one-piece jumpsuits super popular right now for flying? They seem loose and comfortable.
They might not cause blood clots, but they cause a totally different problem. Imagine trying to use a microscopic airplane lavatory during turbulence. To use the restroom in a jumpsuit, you have to practically undress completely, exposing your upper half to whatever bacteria is bouncing around the bathroom stall. Stick to a matching two-piece set. It looks identical to a jumpsuit, but removes the bathroom nightmare.
Okay, 2 pieces, no rigid jeans. I feel like my footwear is always my biggest mistake, though. I want to wear my favorite boots to save luggage space, but security is a disaster.
Wearing pull-on boots or heavily laced combat boots is a rookie mistake that holds up the line. But there is a deeper reason airlines hate certain shoes. The Federal Aviation Administration strictly prohibits passengers from wearing high heels on an emergency evacuation slide. They will puncture the slide, destroying the exit route for everyone else. If you wear heels, you will be forced to take them off and jump into a burning debris field in your bare feet.
I never realized they could literally pop the emergency slide. So, what is the actual secret to footwear that gets you through security fast but keeps you safe?
The hack is wearing closed-toed sneakers with the laces aggressively loosened before you even leave your house. They act as slip-on shoes for the security checkpoint, meaning zero delays. But once you are safely at your gate, you tie them tight. In an emergency, you have secure protective footwear. And remember, never walk through the scanners in just your socks. Airport floors are treated with harsh chemical cleaners that you do not want absorbing into your skin. But we are not done. There is one travel accessory heavily marketed to tourists that is secretly guaranteed to get you searched.
Guaranteed to get me searched? I bought one of those hidden security belts meant to hold my passport and cash under my clothes. The packaging said it was TSA approved.
The phrase TSA approved on clothing accessories means absolutely nothing. There is no official pre-clearance for your secret money pouch. The scanners detect the extra bulk on your waistline instantly. The agent will pull you aside, and you will be forced to lift your shirt and remove the most sensitive items you own in front of hundreds of strangers.
That completely ruins the point of it being a secret stash.
Exactly. Put your valuables in a zippered crossbody bag or a personal item backpack that goes through the X-ray machine on the belt. Dress practically. Thin layers, two-piece outfits, pre-loosened secure shoes, and zero rigid denim. The airlines will never officially mandate your comfort, but sticking to these rules guarantees you avoid the traps.
Okay, I am ditching the rigid jeans and the thick ponchos. But everyone says athleisure is the ultimate travel uniform. So I usually just wear cheap, stretchy polyester leggings or a full nylon tracksuit. That is safe, right?
That is actually the most dangerous mistake of them all. Let us look at aviation fire safety. In a highly unlikely but catastrophic runway emergency, flash fires are the primary threat. Synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, and certain spandex blends do not just burn, they melt.
They melt? Like plastic? That is an absolute nightmare.
Exactly like plastic. At high temperatures, synthetic athleisure melts directly into the skin, causing severe, complicated burns that are agonizing to treat. That is exactly why Federal Aviation Administration standards require flight attendant uniforms to be made heavily of naturally flame-retardant materials, like high-grade wool or thick cotton blends.
So my trendy athletic wear could literally become shrink wrap in an emergency. What should I be wearing instead?
Focus purely on natural fibers. 100% cotton, merino wool, or silk base layers. If a flash fire happens, natural textiles will smolder and turn to ash, creating a temporary protective barrier for your skin rather than melting into it. Always check the garment manufacturer tag before you fly.